a good Chodesh. Today is the first day of the month of Elul and the second day of Rosh Elul. The Rosh Chodesh reminders are the same as the day before, in which we don't do laundry. Women do not do laundry. We do not cut nails or hair. We eat a festive meal in honor of Rosh Chodesh. Remember to say Yalav V'Yavi in davening and in benching, and we learn our kapitel of Tehillim in the corresponding verse of the month with the commentary of Rashi. Today's Elul reminders is a little different than yesterday's. Today we begin blowing shofar in the order of Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat after Shachris, and we begin reciting the three kapitals of Tehillim of the Baal Shem Tov from today, from after davening. As yesterday, we recite L'Dover Hashem Eiri in Shachris after Shir Shel Yom and B'Achi Nafshi, and in Mincha before Elul. We're going to discuss a little bit about the minhag of saying Tehillim in the month of Elul. So it's recorded in Sefer Menhag Ben Hayom Yom that there's a Messiah tradition from the Tzemach Tzedek in the name of his grandfather, the Alter Rebbe, who received it from the Maggid, who received it from the Baal Shem Tov, who received from Achi Ashiloini, who was one of the Meisei HaMesayra Pesha Baal Peh. He was one of the mediums through which the oral Torah was passed down throughout the generations, as listed in the Rambam. And this tradition of saying three kapitulach a day, starting from the second day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, from the first day of the month of Elul, is from him, is from Achi Ashiloini. The idea of saying Tehillim in the month of Elul is found in other places as well. There's a custom recorded in the Matei Ephraim, Siman Tovkuf Pei Aleph Siv Ches, and in the Mishnah Berurah Tovkuf Pei Aleph Siv Gimel, to say 10 kapitulach, 10 chapters of Tehillim a day after Shachar, starting from Rosh Chodesh Elul. So while our custom is to say 3, there was originally a custom to say 10. And they do this in order to complete the entire Sefer of Tehillim twice, which is 300. As they recite 10 kapitulach a day for all 30 days of Elul, including the first day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, and 30 times 10 is 300, so they end up saying 300 kapitulach. And this corresponds to the word kaper, which represents kapar, which represents atonement. After Rosh Hashanah, they say Tehillim daily in a way that they complete the Sefer prior to Yom Kippur. The Rebbe Rashab is quoted to say that the month of Elul is a month of Tehillim, as is brought in Shmos V'Sipurim, Chelik Aleph, page 97. It's brought in the Rishimus of Rav Chitrig that the Chabad Chassidim in Russia were actually accustomed, as the previous custom we mentioned, to recite 10 kapitulach of Tehillim per day after davening, as brought in the Matei Ephraim and other Mefarshim. When are these 3 kapitulach read? Is it read before or after the daily Tehillim? So the Rebbe was accustomed to say it after the daily Tehillim, and that's what the custom is today. Even though in Sefer Menhag Ben Hayom Yom it doesn't specify when it is said. Regarding if someone missed a day, then it says in Hayom Yom that he should first recite the current day 3 chapters, and only afterwards make up the missing chapters of previous days. And this is in order to be on the same page, on the same recital, together with the congregation. We're going to discuss a few points going back in yesterday's class of Melacha and Rosh Chodesh that weren't touched upon yesterday. Yesterday we went through a number of reasons of why women don't do Melacha on Rosh Chodesh. The main reasons mentioned were because that the women refused to give their jewelry by the Egel Azav, by the golden calf, and because of that they were given the reward of Rosh Chodesh. Some claim based on this that single woman, a woman that is not married, is not required to refrain from doing Melacha on Rosh Chodesh, meaning that a single girl can do laundry and she can sew on Rosh Chodesh. And the reason is because the reason doesn't apply to them. it was specifically the married women in the times of Moshe Rabbeinu that refrained from giving the jewelry. But the single girls didn't have the jewelry to refrain from giving. And based on that, some Rabbanim rule, the Halacha, that single girls are allowed to do Melacha on Rosh Chodesh. Nonetheless, many are accustomed that even single girls don't do Melacha, and this would follow the other reasons we mentioned, that it is because it is a day that Malchus is elevated, and this is something applicable to all women, not just married women. Regarding if men are to refrain from doing work on Rosh Chodesh, so the answer is no. It is not customary for men to refrain from doing so. And those men that do refrain from doing so is brought in the Poskim, the Pri Chodesh, the Yosef, the Birkei Yosef, that they're doing an act of ignorance, a minhag bayus, and they are to stop their act of ignorance. And it doesn't even require hataras nadarim. So there's no problem with men doing laundry and matters of the like. Nonetheless, there are some Poskim that do actually encourage even men not to do Melacha on Rosh Chodesh. This is brought in the Seder Hayim, and in the Chidah Sefer Yosef Eimitz, he retracts his previous ruling from Birkei Yosef and rules that it is a proper custom even for men if men decide to do it, and the Seder Hayim once again encourages this custom for men. Practically, it is not a custom for men to refrain from Melacha on Rosh Chodesh. Regarding if the Isser of Melacha applies on both days of a 2-day Rosh Chodesh, or only on one day. So this matter is disputed in Poskim, as brought in the Mishnah Brura in chapter 417. The Rekeach brought in the Beis Yosef says you have to refrain on both days, while other Poskim, the Shivli Aleket and others say you only have to refrain on one day of Rosh Chodesh, and as the Pri Chodesh explains that this refers to the second day of Rosh Chodesh. But on the first day of Rosh Chodesh they hold that a woman does not have to refrain from Melacha. Practically, as concludes the Mishnah Brura and implied from Pri Megadim, every family is to follow their custom, and those that were accustomed to refrain from Melacha on both days are to continue to refrain from Melacha on both days of Rosh Chodesh.